Well, hello and welcome to Lengro Late Night Live with me, Claire Lengro, and a whole team of Lengro members backstage as well. How are you all doing this evening? Let me just tell you a little bit about what's coming on the show tonight, which we are absolutely a bunch of crazy girls backstage, excited. So let me tell you, the spring equinox, guys, I'm going to be talking about that. Good evening, Natalie Pennycook. And tell me where you are in the world tonight. Are you in Oz watching this first thing in the morning? Are you in New York just starting your afternoon? Or are you about to get ready to bed but couldn't wait to see what's on the show? So Jack is here on tonight's show to fill us in on all the latest celebrity gossip. And she's talking Brad Pitt, among others. We've got even more gossip, always, from Sam, and advice on getting oiled up. I don't know whether she's talking about a celebrity or about the oils that we sell. Also, you can, let's have a little look. That's if Sam doesn't walk off again in true Piers Morgan style. Rose got a new laptop today. Yeah. It's like giving a 6-month-old a Rubik Cube, and she'll be here if she can get on the computer for it as well. I'm talking superstition. Harpreet, hello. I want to know what your superstitions are as well. The Lengro team are also talking about strange habits. What strange habits did an ex have, or does your current partner have? Tell us, and we'll rate it for you. We're also playing the lying game later as well. And also, first of all, we've got award-winning, look at the bottom of the screen, musician and mental health advocate, Kris Searle. You're going to love this guy. He joins us for an interview with the girls, and we get to play his amazing new song at 9:30. Indeed. Let me tell you a little bit about the astrology, and then I'm going to bring on the amazing Chloe Needham. We'll get started with some readings, and then we'll get the rest of the gang on for an entertaining night. So let me have a look. I've written something down. And if you are wondering why I'm a bit, whoa, I've just done an hour nearly on Derek Akora's page, and I was in my club as well. Don't forget, if you're not a club member, we set it at the cheapest price of $4.99, and it's where you can come and have a safe space to talk and have a bit of a chat every day as well. Just looking at that, Sharon Ann doesn't walk under ladders. No, I don't either. Listen, this is for all of you. The spring equinox is today on March the 20th, and it's a time of renewal and also new beginnings. When you woke up this morning, you might have found yourself feeling a little bit lighter. During the equinox, there appears to be nearly equal hours of day and night. But the flip side is some of you may have woken up this morning feeling a lot darker instead. So let's have a look. Did you know that the name equinox literally means equal night in Latin? Been doing my studying, but I like to take it to a deeper spiritual level, guys. So for me, the equinox represents the period of struggle that we all have between darkness and light. Death and life as well. And it occurs when the night and day will be equal, and the journey of the sun to actually get there also signifies the journey of the universe. So listen, did you wake up lighter or darker this morning? Because we're going to change it if it was darker, and if it was lighter, we're going to make it even higher as well. I'm asking you, what is your new beginning on this the first day of the astrological new year? If you haven't thought of one, then I'm sorry, but Teacher Claire says, I want one. We're going to get you all going today, okay? So I think in order to bring on Chloe, should we give her a little bit of let's give her a little bit of an intro, shall we? Coming up next, here's Chloe Needham and me for readings. Hello, let me just give us a nice little background. How is that? What an evening we've had, eh?
We've had a lovely evening. Really busy, really nice, lovely messages given already. So feeling pumped and ready.
I know. You know that when we finish this show after 3 hours of lives tonight, we're going to go like boom, aren't we? Let me ask you quickly, Chloe, then, what are you superstitious about?
My superstition for me, I think, would be crossing on the stairs. That's one. I think drains and stairs are my two biggest.
Well, listen, I can explain something to you, because we are going to have a new section on our shows about superstition, but that one I happen to know, and I've got one for later if we've got time. The reason it's unlucky to cross on stairs is that men used to wear swords that could get caught on the stairs, thus making them cut themselves or hurt each other. But also in the olden days, the old castles and things, they didn't have railings on the stairs. And so to cross on the stairs could mean you could fall to your death. So that's one I'm not so superstitious about. But if ever you get an itchy hand, I've got the meaning behind that later. So if you'd like a reading from Chloe, all you have to do is comment. I like a star sign, you know that. We had some really interesting readings, and you've got Amina coming back for more questions that was on Derek's page, wants to know some various things. So I don't know if you want to go back with her to start with.
At the moment as well, I've got Sean Hetherington and Marie Ann Crawley. There were two names that come up that I didn't get to read. I don't know if they're on here.
I'm looking up. Keep commenting, guys, and please don't forget to like, follow, and share our page. And if you know someone who's down, then start a watch party, guys. Okay, you've got this is after the watershed. Let's have a little look. Okay.
I'm removing my coil Wednesday now. I'm in two minds if I should or not. Claire, I think I won't remove my coil. She said she can't, me getting pregnant yet. And you seen I could get pregnant straight away, okay. So I'm confused.
I can answer that one if you give me permission to answer honestly. And let's have a little look. Let's just take these names down for a second. Sorry, we'll bring that one up as well. Let me tell you, please, Harpreet, I would say at the moment, don't get it removed until you've sorted out a relationship issue. A Band-Aid baby is not the right kind of baby. And I think having 4 children already, my advice for you is to wait until you can, as Chloe said, enjoy the pregnancy and sort out you. Chloe said over on Derek's page, of which you got an amazing response, Chloe. She said that, I'm trying to think what you said now. You said, I can't
she needs to rest. She needs to enjoy this pregnancy because you're rushing around so much at the moment, Harpreet, that you won't enjoy it. You need to sit down and I want you with this pregnancy, and as much as your loved ones in spirit, to put your feet up, cradle your baby bump, enjoy every moment, because I do feel this will be last baby for you. There won't be any more after this one. So you need to enjoy this, relish it. Really, really cherish this pregnancy.
I remember what it was as well, and that is Chloe suggested a career for you, something that gave you grounding in who you are. Being a mother's the hardest job in the world. It really, really is. And my feeling is find you again first and find something that brings you your own income in, Amina, as well. I'm getting that's very important for you as well. And I've got my trusty crystal ball with me tonight as well. Okay, so I have got the lady that you asked for.
Yes. Marie Ann Crawley, I feel with you, my lovely. There's a lot going on around you at the moment. I can't quite put my finger on exactly what, but there's a lot of upset around you. I feel you're struggling and I feel you're in need of guidance. And I've got a lady comes into the ether. I feel this lady, she comes in on a mother or a grandmother vibration as she connects in with you. And she's given a gesture of wrapping her arms around you. She says she wants to make you feel safe. She wants to make you feel loved. There's no one around you, I don't feel, at the moment you can turn to. I feel there's friends, there's family that you can talk to, but there's nobody, even away from COVID and restrictions of being able to see people, there's nothing around you. There's no one there to wrap you in their arms. It's this whole feeling of you're lost. You want to feel safe. You want to feel loved. And this is what this lady's doing. She's saying, but you don't necessarily need the physical arms around you and embrace to feel that love. She's saying that you've got the love around you, but you need to let people in. And she's saying, well, the physical touch may be lacking. The connection is there on the phone for you to talk to somebody. There's a lady in your life that you feel that you can connect to. I feel this lady, I don't feel a family link with her, but I feel there's a connection between you and this lady. And she's saying that you can trust in her. You've trusted in her before. And she's saying, even though it's not a physical hug, there'd be like almost like a cyber hug coming in. And she's saying that her words will hug you. This lady's words hug you. They embrace you. You need to open up, because bottling up, it's okay not to be okay, but bottling up isn't helping you. You're hurting yourself more. You need to take yourself out. You've got your daily exercise. You're not doing that. You need to go out. It's hard. She understands this, and it is hard. It can be hard for people with mental health and people without mental health, but you need to make this step of stepping outside the front door, a walk around the block, even a walk down your garden or a walk to the end of your garden path. It can be enough to lift you. Get some sunlight in your face, some fresh air in your face, because I feel this is what's needed. You need to work on you now. You've spent so long working on others and not long enough working on you. and you need to make this time about you now. As this lady steps back, she's given me a pink teddy bear to give to you. I feel this would be like a Care Bear, if you remember those. I don't know if this will make sense to you or resonate with you at all, but it's a pink Care Bear and it's got a rainbow on the front of it. And she's saying that she loved this when you were little. And I don't know if this would have been your bear, but it's something she loved when you were little. So I assume there was a connection there in with that. Hope you understand this. Love and light.
So it made me giggle when you said Care Bear. The reason I never owned a Care Bear is when you're called Claire and Care Bears are popular. You get called Care Bear. Yeah, no, don't even go there. What I'm going to insist on is we've got such a packed show, Chloe. Oh, yeah, thank you for joining us on our page. Don't forget to like, follow and share us all as well as the amazing Kris Searle. I'm going to let you pick one more person. I'm going to go first because we've got lots of subjects to come up with as well. So I'm going to just go here for Chrissy Wheatley as well. Chrissy Wheatley, you say, I've had a sad 3 weeks. I know that we're all struggling in different ways, guys. And I think one of the most important bits of advice for all of you out there, as I'm sure that Sam, Gemma and the rest of the girls will agree, is to communicate and to reach out and not to feel scared if things aren't going the way that you want to, but do what you can with what you have for where you are, and don't forget to breathe as well. Okay, so Chrissy, the reading that I've got for you shows there's been a loss of support with the males in the family. I don't know whether you've had a death of a male or ill health of a male, but I feel that almost a support system has gone away for you. Emotionally, you've had it, you're done, you're dusted, you don't want to know anymore, but you've got no choice but to go on at the moment. You say that you've had a bad 3 weeks. What you're going through at the moment is clearly something that's not over yet. There may also be some legal dealings that you'll have trouble over. Make sure you keep all documents, all paperwork of agreements, of results or whatever, because you will need them as well. It is a tough year for you at the moment, but by being forced to do things you don't want to, you will, by the end of this year, find your pace and find your fire. I'm not going to ask you to find your fire right now tonight because I know that you need rest. So I want you to give yourself and offer yourself some acceptance, if that's okay. Let's have a little look. Okay.
I've got someone jump out, but also Holly Johnson, who I read over on Derek's page, has come over and she said, I can take what you said, what my nan said, Chloe, all about. She wants to see me smile. I've been feeling so lost and emotional since I lost my baby 2 years ago. Bless you, Holly. I'm so glad you could understand that, darling. But you do need to smile. Okay? Your little girl wants that as well, and so does your nan.
Oh, that's so lovely. Right, just pick one more, and then we're going to have to bring some of the crew on as well.
Right, I've got Jackie Jones.
Coming for you, Jackie Jones. Let's have a look. While I find it, that's it. Got it.
Hello, lovely. So what's your name come out this evening? I've got a male stepped into the ether for you, and as this male comes forward, he marches in, and I almost feel Royal Navy connections with this gentleman. He comes in very proudly, and he's saying, my badges, and he holds his hand to his chest. But furthermore, to his chest, I thought that this is what would have taken this lovely soul over. I feel a very bubbly, very jovial man. Can you step back just slightly, please, sir, because you're putting that on me too heavy. This man would have gone over. He would have gone with a chest complaint. I feel that this would have been more of a bronchitis, more of a cancer. It was that kind of feeling. It certainly wasn't a heart issue. I feel he hasn't been in spirit particularly long. I feel he's only been in spirit. He says to me that within 6 years, but I don't feel this from the soul of this man that he's been in spirit particularly long. But as he comes forward, he's wanting you to know that there's an envelope around you that's from him, and this envelope, it needs to be opened and it needs to be read. He's saying you keep putting this envelope off and you keep passing it from pillar to post. It's going here in your home, it's going there in your home, you're moving it around, you're picking it up. I'm going to open it, I'll open it today's the day, tomorrow, and it's going to get lost. And there's something really important in there. There is a combination to a safe, and there's also something in there connected to a key. And he's saying that this needs to be read because in there I feel there's something. He's telling me it's connected to military days, and he's telling me that this needs to be found for his heritage. And he's saying proudly, for my grandchildren. It's for my grandchildren. This needs to be done because he's happy where he is and he's settled, but he's frustrated because this hasn't happened yet. This needs to be found. What he wants me to do with you is he wants me to take you to the seaside as we're going to the warmer months, and he wants me to sit you on a donkey. It's what he's telling me to do. He's saying go on a donkey ride like you used to, but this time make sure that you watch what they're doing when you get on, because he's telling me that when you went on as a little girl, one turned around and bit your ankle. I don't know if you can take this, but that's what he's passing across to you. He also wants you to know there's a lot of love coming from you from the higher side. He said he's getting a big feeling of frustration with you, almost you're standing in your kitchen in particular, and I'm getting this with you. It's a lot of frustration. He's saying you need to calm down. He's saying because everything is falling into place and you have got support around you, even though at times you don't feel you have. But there's things that need sorting and you can sort those. You're in the process of doing it, but it's loose ends now. I've got a lot of loose ends around you that need tying up. I hope you can resonate with this.
Lovely. The readings we've just done have said yes. We've got this. I said that I felt that there's been death and lots of male deaths, but my brother died 3 weeks ago, and it was very sudden.
Oh, bless her,
darling, and so shocking for me. I looked after him for 3 years, and I love and miss him so much. Was there another male in the family that's been destroyed by this as well? Because I feel it's had like a ripple effect as well. Listen, you are. I know it doesn't help to hear it now, but you're blessed to have had him in your life at the moment. And I'm sure that he's looked after where he is. And I think all he'd want for you is to try and build yourself up. So try to find a smile to live in his honor. It won't help now. You can say you hate me for saying it, but that's what I feel. I really, really do. Let's have a little look. So
thank you, James. Thank you. I hope so.
You are more than welcome. And Amber Redmond says, what a fascinating reading. Right, I'll give you a little break, Chloe. Let's have a little look. And let's bring on the girl that got a new laptop today. Whoa.
Hello.
How's your new laptop?
I'm a real grown-up now with a laptop.
It actually makes you look quite pretty. You look quite nice on it.
Thanks.
You got a filter on.
Yeah. What's your excuse?
I don't have to. At least with my job, the older I get, the more I look the part. Okay, so I need to bring on the other guys to come and Jackie looks gorgeous tonight as well. Hold on, let's have a look. There's my Jack.
Hello.
Can you come and referee, please? Can you come and referee? Let's have a little look. Oh, there they all are. Look. Say hello.
Very glam too.
Oh, well, obviously I'm going out. That's clearly, oh, no, I'm not. I'm coming out to the dining room. That's what I'm doing.
Sam, you're freezing. You're freezing. Try and take yourself off and come on again.
Okay.
That's it. Yeah, she's freezing. She keeps going into slow. Hi, Rose, says Eileen. There you go. You've got Team Rose there, look. Lisa Vick says, hello, all the girls. Holly Johnson says, a room full of beautiful ladies. You wouldn't believe how much polyfiller I had to put on tonight. Okay, so I'm going to bring Sam back on. Let's have a little look. And wait till I see her. She's there. She's coming now. Can't start the party without Sam, can we? So,
I mean, you could do. It'd be very quiet.
In the spirit of it being a party because it's the beginning of the astrological new year, what gossip do you ladies have for me?
Gossip? Would we gossip?
Gossip? Any gossip?
All right, Piers Morgan.
I was on your plans again. I just cannot stand this behaviour. It's shocking. How mean you are to poor Rose. That's it.
I know, but I'll get you in the mood and then we can start again. Hold on a minute. She's flounced up again. I better pay this. Oh, can I just...
We haven't played the under-18 one once yet.
No, we haven't. Can I just quickly address this? Chrissy says, I lost my mum, dad, sister, brother, and now my other brother. So there were 3 males 3 weeks ago, and I have one brother left, and he is taking it so hard and struggling. Before we go into the fun bit, guys, Rose, could you explain why you're the perfect person to give advice here, please?
Well, I've lost a brother, and I lost my mum and dad, and you know, some close people around me, and I think all of us now, we get to an age where, you know, we lose people we love, and it's just heartbreaking. But like Claire said, you've still got to smile. You still got to try face another day. Try have a smile on your face. Look at the little things in life that give you, you know, comfort. Sort of a nice flower or a sunset or something, you know, and take every one day at a time. Lots of love.
I absolutely love it. I love that, Rose. And
Great
do you know what
advice,
Rose does?
Rose.
When I'm feeling down as well, you take me out for a good old walk, don't you?
Yeah.
And your husband does that. He goes missing with sheep for hours, doesn't he?
But Claire, the kids won't sit with us anymore when we go out for a walk.
I know. Oh dear. Okay,
We
right.
are laughing so loud, everyone moves away from us.
They do. They really do.
Well, that's just because they're boring.
I'm going to bring up a picture now. Sam, I think, can I bring up Brad?
What, do you know what? When I was doing the disgusting habits of celebrities the other week, just so you know, before we bring up Brad Pitt, he doesn't wear deodorant.
Because he doesn't need to. Because he smells gorgeous. He doesn't need to wear deodorant.
Oh, is that what it is? Okay.
Yeah.
As long as we know. I was just shocked. I was genuinely shocked that he didn't wear deodorant. Was that just me?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yes.
I'm just having a look for his picture. Let's have a little look. Oh no, that's the wrong man. That's another man.
He's changed.
That was her first husband.
Well, do you know what? We don't need to bring up his picture because everybody knows what Brad Pitt looks like. What else can you tell us then, Jack and Sam, about what's happened recently with Brad Pitt?
Well,
and
we'll start at the beginning. So in 2016, he was accused of child abuse because of an incident that happened on their family plane between him and his oldest son, Maddox, who's now 19. He denied it and he was cleared of all allegations. But the couple split up shortly after that. Angelina filed for divorce. And then when he was visiting the children, all the visits were monitored and there was absolutely no incident at all. But she kept for 4.5 years, she keeps coming out with all these different claims of things he's done. No one's ever found him, guilty of anything. But Maddox is actually not speaking to Brad. They don't speak to each other. And Maddox actually wants to, he calls himself Maddox Jolie and wants to officially change his name. His mother's not too keen, but obviously there's some friction there. But now she's come up and saying that she's actually got proof of domestic violence. So this whole thing's opened up again. And 3 of her children, they've got 6 children between them, 3 of the children are willing to testify against their father. So it's going to be interesting to see what she's going to come up with.
Oh, I want to know who's Team Brad and who's Team Angelina. That's what I want to know. What's your take on it, Sam?
I think nobody really knows what goes on behind closed doors. And I think that's all that we can really say. Obviously, he was accused in 2016, did you say, Jack? Sorry.
Yeah.
And obviously, it was proved that he was not guilty of this. It's, 4 years later, 5 years later now, actually. Sorry, did I tell a lie? Can't count. And it's all coming up again. It kind of just feels like a bit of a smear campaign.
His friends are saying she's always trying to come out with things, use the children to hurt him. But obviously, like you said, we don't know. There's always 2 sides to a story, isn't there? But it'd be interesting to see what happens.
We've got lots of
It'd be interesting because obviously everyone had the whole Team Angelina or Team Jennifer. Whose side they're still on this time around, whether or not it's going to be Team Brad or Team Angelina.
Do you want
nice guy, isn't he? He's supposed to be really quite
well, according to Jack and Claire,
and he doesn't wear deodorant, so you can imagine he smells lovely.
I'm sorry, but the whole deodorant thing is no good for me. Do you want to know what their stars say?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
So he doesn't wear deodorant, or you can get him into wearing deodorant, and you'll be fine.
You could. Well, let's have a look. Brad's a Sagittarius, right? So he can live life in the fast lane, but then he'll burn himself out, and he'll want time alone. You can't really have that with that big a family. So I don't think he got much time alone or alone time with that many kids. Angelina, she is a Gemini, so when the gloves are off, they're off. And there's likely to have been a really long period. There we go. Look, the gloves have come off there. Look, girls. There's likely to have been a really long period of unhappiness before they broke up. So I'm happy for both of them as they're over, as these signs can work together. But the Mars actually placement in both their charts makes them more like War of the Roses. And I think they can both give as good as they get. Look, it's Lara Croft we're talking about. Look. Oh my goodness.
I mean, I think it just goes to show herself. To me, it just screams smear campaign anyway, as I already said, because he's finally moving on with his life.
Yeah.
You know, he's been pictured in the papers and in magazines of genuinely getting close and hanging around with his friends and things like that.
I think he's got a new girlfriend as well.
Well, you know, it's convenient how, you know, if he's got a new partner now, you know, these claims have suddenly come out.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it's
There's
just,
always,
you know, if you split up, you split up for a reason. Let it go.
Yeah. There's always two sides to every story. I'm going to have to pull you guys off at 5:30 so we can play Chris's new song. But we're going to be discussing these issues a bit later. Have you got anything quick for me that I can bring up?
Oh, okay. If you want to bring up the picture of Angelina with a gun, I can explain that one.
Yes, please.
She once hired a hitman to kill her because she wanted to die because she felt suicidal, but she couldn't face doing it herself. So she hired somebody to do it. The only issue being the hitman had a conscience and told her to give it a month just to consider a decision. And then after the month, she decided she was in a better place, so obviously cancelled the hit on herself.
Oh,
okay,
wow.
I'm now Team Brad. She sounds bonkers. Absolutely bonkers.
Well, let me just say quickly. Obviously, Angelina used to wear a vial of blood, didn't she, around her neck? And we're talking tonight about our differences, what makes us different. Mine is my witch-like horsey laugh, and my voice is I can't go away with anything with people not knowing who I am for my foghorn voice. I'm trying to think of how many differences Rose has got. What's your differences, Rose?
Oh, I have quite a few.
But your hair always looks good. Doesn't matter what colour we saw on lockdown, hair always looks good.
Have you got the picture of Demi Moore and Bruce Willis?
Oh yes, I love this picture. There you go. Look at that.
Right, now that is a couple completely the opposite to Brad and Angelina. Demi wished Bruce yesterday a very happy birthday. He was 66, and she said she's thankful for the 3 girls they've got together and their blended families. And you know, she said before how proud she is of their divorce, how they've been able to give the girls a sort of stable and supportive environment, and they all get on really well. And how lovely for a couple to be able to do that, I think.
Yeah.
And actually, I don't know if many people know this, Demi actually moved in with Bruce and his new wife over lockdown so they could actually all be together and keep their kids together, so they weren't having to be separated throughout the year, which I just thought was lovely.
Well,
they've got some great pictures of them all. It's lovely, really lovely.
Didn't Helena Bonham Carter do the same and bought a house next door to Tim Burton when they split up for their kids with their door in the middle?
Well, I heard they always lived like that.
Yeah, it was because they couldn't live together in the end, so they just decided to have 2 houses. Hey, whatever works.
I think it's got to have 2 houses.
Yeah, I just like a house. If you don't know, I'm house hunting, and that's a whole nother show. Listen, I've got to do something really difficult at the moment as well. I'm going to remove the guys as well. I've got Amanda waiting backstage as well. Let me change this banner as well. Hold on 1 second. We've also got, you all need to vote. Let's have a little look. You all need to vote for one of the comments that we've done with a caption as well. Okay, so let me just put this up here. Let me share my page. 1 second. I can do this, guys. We're going to share my page. I am very proud in just a moment, if I can manage to do it, to play the incredible Kris Searle's video. So let me know that you can hear it okay, please, guys. Give a thumbs up if you can hear it. And it's called Out of My Head. Let's have a little look here.
I woke up.
We have a slight technical problem. Just let me get rid of this and try again. Move from studio. Let's have a little look. And it's okay because it's a party. It's a spring equinox. Now, ready? Let's just do this again. Look, calm. I won't do what I did last week where I do my resting bitch face and I think I'm off air and I'm really looking like an idiot for what I'm doing. Okay. Please, heavens, let this work. And let me see if I take myself off. 2 minutes, guys.
I woke up in the middle of the night. I had the strangest feeling and it didn't feel right. I've got your blood on my shirt and dye in my hands. I don't know why I left you there, I just got scared.
Okay, guys, I'm having a few problems with that. I might try just one more time. I have no idea why it's kicking me out. So let's just remove that from the studio. And if not, we're going to bring the guys on for their interview and I will put the video up. And now my screen is frozen. So bear with me, guys. There's no Mercury retrograde. This should be simple. Well, I love a little technical hitch, don't you? Could you see the video? Or do you know what? I might actually just play the video so you can hear the song anyway, because you've got to. Look, Kelly Elizabeth is already saying, I'm going to try and bring it on now. You might have to have me on the screen, okay? We can do this. See, I'm teaching you all a lesson tonight, which is if you kick down 7 times, get up 8. Share screen, video file, okay? You're going to love this.
I woke up in the middle of the night. I had the strangest feeling and it didn't feel right. I've got your blood on my shirt and dye in my hands. I don't know why I left you there, I just got scared. Should I go back, will you still be there? Or have you been found? The memory of our voices loud, I couldn't stand the sound. Out of my head and out of my depth. These mental effects have darkened my head. Clear now, what I did was wrong. The anger deep inside me told me to go on. Rage filled my traumatized head. I realized afterwards it should be me laying there.
Oh, guys, I really don't know what happened there, and we will try again at the end of the show. It's absolutely incredible. So let me bring the ladies on. Let's have a little look. Let me bring on the lovely Jack. Jack,
that's a beautiful song. We could still hear it. We couldn't see the video. The video came on and then it went off again, but we could hear it. It's beautiful.
I think because so many of us are on, I think that was a bit of the problem. Let's have a little look. I'm going to take myself off and
well, I was going to say, I completely agree with the comment. We don't need the video, but Claire should have been dancing. I mean, I completely agree with that. Why not? What do you think, Kris? Should Claire just continue dancing?
We should have had you there miming, Kris.
Yes.
Oh, Kris, you need to turn your sound on. You're on mute.
It's like every Zoom meeting that everyone has had throughout lockdown.
I've never done that, and I always said to myself, I would never do that. That's a silly mistake, and I just did it.
You're letting Claire. She'll agree. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
Well, at least we got no resting bitch face from Claire today, so that was a plus.
No, but she also didn't dance. I mean, come on. That's what we were all expecting. We didn't have a video. Let's get Claire just dancing. Kris can sing along, can't you? Don't worry about it.
Kris and Chloe, you two know each other, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, we've known each other since school.
Oh wow.
Many moons ago.
Yeah, well, not that many, Chloe.
Tell us about this new song then, Kris. How did it come about?
It came about. It's actually, it's from quite a few years of trauma, really. The first lockdown, I was really stuck. I really was just facing a wall, you know. I thought I lost my talent. I thought that my confidence had gone. I just separated from my fiance, and I was just so blocked. And then I had this dream one night. It was a dream of a car crash, and it was I'd left the scene. And then it was me waking up in bed, and when I woke up the next morning, I actually looked at myself and thought, "Oh my God, did that just happen?" So that was me waking up and looking at my hands and thinking I'd have stuff, like mud in my hands and things. Because it was one of those dreams you wake up and you go, "I lived that. I absolutely lived that dream." So I thought I'd use the dream as a metaphor for all the trauma. So the description is me going through trauma, and the chorus is I'm out of my head, out of my depth. These mental effects have darkened my head. So I'm trying to use it as the last kind of 10, 15 years of trauma to explain it, simplify it really.
And so many positive comments about your single. Obviously on Wednesday,
see it all down here, yeah.
In the morning, and in the evening, obviously we showed it both. But we've had so many people just saying how lovely it is. So how would you describe your new sound?
I would describe it as crisp pop. It's a melodic tune with hopeful beats. It's kind of, a lot of my stuff ends up coming out kind of melancholy in a way, but it always has a hopeful sound. It could actually be quite a melancholy song, but I always have hopeful beats behind it, like there's a message underneath that it's going to be better, even though I might not be singing about it. You can kind of feel it, so that's what it's really, the sounds changed over the years. I had an indie album, then I had an electro pop album, which was all about me being in LA and really not kind of understanding who I was yet. And then over lockdown, I fought with it so bad. I was literally in my studio, in my shed at the back of the garden going, "Oh God, is this terrible?" Screaming at myself. And one day I just said, "You know what, just send this to the producer." And he said, "You're sounding the best you've ever sounded." But it's so strange how you don't hear that, especially when you're isolated and you're on your own, and some bad things have happened. The worst bully I've ever had in my life is my own head, and it's really stopped me from progressing in my career. In some parts of my career, I actually regret a little bit because I was offered quite a lot, and I couldn't quite believe it, and some of it kind of fell to the wayside, because I just said, "Oh no, I'm not good enough," But this tune came out, and I just went, "Oh my God!" I heard again what can say is world class, which I haven't heard in a few years in my own stuff, And so,
you've actually been
an
international artist. Sorry, you've been an international artist for like 20 years, haven't you?
Yeah, I moved out to about 16 years ago. I first moved to America, and I had my career started here, but then I got a production deal in America, and then a manager, and then I started winning some LA Music Awards, and then things started to kick off. And I stayed there for about 9 years, and it was quite a whirlwind.
What's been the highlight of your career so far? You go right back. Obviously, I knew you at school, and I mean,
that was obviously his highlight, Chloe. Obviously, that's everyone's highlight going to school you.
Kris would always do the school plays, and obviously, I've done quite a few of the plays with him. The school, like Miss Finn, she would invite you back regularly, even after you'd left school, to come in, and we knew what a talent you had then. So, for you personally, what has been the highlight over all those years?
Well, obviously playing Seymour in Little Shop of Horrors at school.
I knew. Yeah.
Do you know what? There's been so many. You can't, because they're so different. You can't really choose one. But there's one night that really stuck with me, and it wasn't my biggest gig, but it was the Viper Room, and I grew up wanting to play at the Viper Room. Whiskey a Go-Go, Viper Room. I heard all these stories about River Phoenix and Johnny Depp owning it, and it was one of those that you just feel like maybe it's not going to go well, it's not going to be many people there. And it was down in the acoustic lounge, and there was something about the energy, and there were people trying to get into the doorway, and they were like squeezing in to look around when we were playing, and people were sat on the floor and around, you know, and it was just so magical. And I felt I was really kind of ready to move home, and I did this, and I thought, oh no, this is, I've seen this in my dream, you know, I've grown up wanting to do this, and it's not going to be like I thought it was going to be. And it was absolutely brilliant. It was a special time, and I'm really pleased that it was like full circle. You know, it was amazing. And Viper Room, when I think about it, when I released a song called Veins, Viper Room, it was just some things just came together, and it just, you know, I didn't know that many people were going to be there. It's one of those nights where you don't know, you just don't realise that you're out there and people are going to come, but they did, and it was amazing.
Did it live up to your expectations then, Kris?
It did, but you know, when you go somewhere and you just go, well, it's just
just another place.
Yeah. Oh, it's just a pub. Yeah. No, the energy was cool. Hollywood, it was cool. It was cool that night, streaming out into the street, and you know, it was the biggest acoustic night. The promoter said he'd ever seen. So I was just like, what for me to see? No, what? It was really cool. It was really cool. Yeah.
It's nice to actually hear this, because obviously I've heard you over the years so excited about so much, your Los Angeles Music Awards and various things, and it's just nice to actually hear it from a different perspective rather than two friends talking.
Yeah. It is true when you look back.
Yeah, I was going to say, I mean, obviously when people go to LA, they expect it to be a certain way. And I think because everyone sees all the success stories, they don't see how difficult the journey is necessarily for everyone getting there. But it sounded like for you, you know, you were at that point of, no, that's it, I've had enough. And then you played the Viper Room, that completely turned around for you.
Yeah, there was a spate of them. There was like the Whiskey A Go-Go, there was the Viper Room, and it was getting on the Grammy ballot, you know, being considered for 2 Grammys. And I remember reading it and just thinking, I don't, it was like, wow, but it wasn't. Now I look back and I go, if I'd just been in the moment and really stood up, deserved to be in it, which now I realise I did, but it was just then I didn't expect it. It was something I thought about at school, and you know, when you get it, you just, I don't know, you take it for granted, you know. It's very strange, very strange.
Kris, you do a lot of work.
Sorry, Jack.
Sorry.
Talking over each other.
When you're all in different places, it's like really difficult. But you do a lot of work with mental health in your community, don't you? So tell us a bit about that.
Yeah, I coming back to Herne Bay was a bit of a shock to me. Leaving LA and coming back here, and then, you know, first of all stopping at my mum's, staying at my mum's again, and it was just kind of like there was no, I couldn't really remember the community. There wasn't LGBT community, there wasn't, I just couldn't understand. So I went dived straight back into another project, and I created a recording studio on Herne Bay Pier, and then I got a audio sweet shop in the town. And it was just like, there's something missing for me here. And it was when I was growing up, I desperately needed a place to go, to where I was understood, where people who I thought were like me, who were very big empaths, you know, a lot to the detriment of their well-being as well. You know, but I didn't understand how to channel it, my sensitivities, who I really was. And we were desperate for an LGBT community here in Herne Bay, and a lot of Kent actually. So one night I was thinking about this place. I've always had in my thoughts, in my dreams, a place of nurture, a place that bridges the gap between professional mental health and like I call it street. You know, when you finished your say you're getting counselling for 12 weeks. What do you do after the 12 weeks? What does a person do when they come out of rehab? You know, they're just left to their own devices again. It's so strange. But this place is going to be a place where people can come and be themselves and express themselves. There's going to be a creative cafe, a tea therapy bar, a garden, a rehearsal studios, and we're going to help people remember the creative passion that they lost due to depression or anxiety. A lot of men, grow up wanting to be poets and dancers or makeup artists, and they don't. Single women, LGBT, trans youth, where do they go? The bullying around here for trans youth is terrible as well. So it's a place of acceptance and sustainability, not just for grants. We're not talking about a community thing that's closed on 3 days a week. This is going to be on the high street. This is going to normalize mental health and teach people the difference between mental health and mental illness. Because everybody has mental health, but not everybody suffers with mental illness, and we do that through, a lot of people do it through creativity. If you stop that, if you have PTSD and you stop it, you're going to go straight downhill again. And where do you go? When I went to the GP and they told me I was depressed, I answered a page with 11 questions on it. My father has passed away, but they told me I was stressed and put me on medication. So, we need proper associations. We need somewhere people can go and actually talk to someone and have a conversation and a coffee and feel like they are being valued.
And they're just being heard and just being with other people that feel the same.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Very important.
What do you reckon Claire will think about this project?
Can I just ask you something, Kris, quickly? Kelly Elizabeth, one of our viewers, put a comment up earlier about, you were talking about the negative voices in your head. She was saying the same thing. Well, I think we all have that. So what advice would you give people when we get these negative, voices in our head telling us we can't do things?
Well, okay, so I get psychotherapy, and it culminated last year into a terrible. I had a terrible time, and I didn't know the difference between vulnerability and weakness when I first started the therapy. There's a massive difference, and now I've found it easier to talk about it. But you got to come from a place of vulnerability. Know that it's not a weakness first. But in regards to the voice in your head, I'd say one of the easiest things for me to do is to bring myself into the moment, is to bring myself into the room, because a lot of times with depression and anxiety is based in the past. You're worried about what has been. Depression's based in the past, and anxiety is based in the future, when you're worrying about what's going to happen tomorrow, next week, or that interview, or that show, or waking up tomorrow morning. You've got to bring yourself into the moment and just say, okay, I'm okay at the moment. Everything's fine, and if it's not, I could change it if I just figure out what the trigger is, So I tend to say, okay, what can I see? Where am I? I'm sitting down. Sometimes when I'm washing up, I just say I'm washing up the cups, because otherwise this layering will start in my head, and I will go on a tangent, and I will just be, I'll start a panic attack. So for me, it's being physical, mental. It's being.
So it's like mindfulness, right, isn't it?
Mindfulness, exactly. Yeah, I'm right
Very
here.
quickly,
I'm okay.
Where can our viewers find out more about your project?
Okay, it's all centralised really at KrisSearlemusic.com. That's Kris, K-R-I-S, Searlemusic.com. And you can go anywhere online. If you just type in Kris Searle out of my head, you can download, stream it. And today, the YouTube video after 2 weeks hit over 10,000 views. So I'm celebrating today.
That's absolutely fantastic. Claire's got a surprise for you before we end.
I have. Do you know what? If you're willing to go over in time tonight, then I'm willing to go over, because there's other things to do. And Kris, I would love you to come back again. But actually, Kris, when we posted that you were coming on the show, somebody had got in touch with me to tell me a little bit more about you. And so if it's okay, I'm going to read out how you affected this person's life. And maybe a little bit like this is your life, you can let me know the name of the person at the end of it. Here's what she said. So Kris was running a music studio on the pier when I first met him. I had a very difficult marriage and had to leave because of violence. It took me a long time to heal. I'd always sang and written my own songs and was ready to give it all up, until one day, those Romany mums, they know what's right for us with their instincts. Mine said to me, Kelly, you must go into that studio and sing a song. There's something in there for you. It took me some time and courage coming from a difficult place mentally. And one day I plucked up the courage to go in to see Kris Searle, and he was so supportive. I was trying to record Summertime, which is one of my granny's favorite songs. He got me to listen after, and even though I didn't think I was good enough, he helped me to see otherwise. Kris has the ability to make people shine, even though I know he had some very difficult circumstances to deal with himself. We became good friends and we shared stories from our past traumas and events. Kris opened up to me about his mental health issues and also about his identity and how he felt growing gay in an area that just still seemed so backwards and lacked any understanding. Over time, our friendship grew and we've worked towards supporting each other over the years. I am incredibly proud of Kris and all he's achieved with his music and his track Out of My Head, which I know came from something deep within him. I believe he will go far and will do great things with his music and all he does to support others and the community. Well done, Kris. I am so proud of you. Keep going. Could you tell us her name, please?
Kelly Smith, yes. Yes.
Absolutely
Yeah.
love that.
Sorry,
Kris, I know, I knew that would get you, so I'm going to give you a moment, okay, to recover. And can you read
His
some of the
mum's
great
commented on
comments?
there.
Yeah, is that your mum?
Dawn Searle, it's Chris's mum. She's commented.
Oh,
Bring that up.
Absolutely love them.
You okay,
Kris,
mate?
would you like to take a break while we bring the girls on? And I'll bring you back on in a minute so you can sort yourself out. I know that might have been a bit emotional, or do you want to stay on?
I don't mind staying on. Yeah, thank you.
Yes.
Yeah, whatever.
Okay.
Whatever.
So
Yes. Yeah.
I have ignored wearing for so long. There she is, and I've got Rose there as well. Let's just check. Have I left anybody? Mum, you should be so proud of your boy. We're going to do two things very quickly, and I'm going to explain what they are. Actually, Jackie's going to explain about the caption competition where one of these four people that she's chosen as the final four, if you can help us choose which caption. Jack, take it away while I find the poster.
Yes, so we were running a caption competition, and we put up a picture of Kate Hudson, and we asked you to say what you think she'd be saying. So we've got lots and lots of comments from people, and I've chosen my favourite four, but I'd like you all out there to decide which is your favourite caption for the chance of winning a 10-minute reading with Claire. So, okay, number one. Head, shoulders, knees and toes. That's Jasmine Brown. Oh, God, Sam, do that one. I can't sing that.
Perfect. No, because I do the dance.
Go on, Sam, do the dance.
I won't sing.
Go on, Amanda.
Tragedy.
Tragedy when the wife has gone and he can't log on. It's tragedy.
Lovely. Right, Amanda, they're all interrupting each other. We need a professional. Can you read the next ones, please? Here you go. Go on, Amanda.
Ooh, I should never have had that extra helping of chili.
Next one, number 4.
Oh my God. We're after the watershed, but I'll still go, what TF are they kids doing now?
Love that. So we need to find a winner, and I think maybe we either get people to comment. Oh, do you know what? Let me just take this picture off for 1 second. I think Kris should maybe decide which of those gets the winning line as well. Let me just bring up what they were as well quickly, guys, and we can say. So we had this one. Head, shoulders, knees and toes. Actually, Amanda, could you very quickly read these as I bring them up, please?
Head, shoulders, knees and toes. Jasmine Brown. Well done, darling. Tragedy when the Wi-Fi's gone, he can't log on. It's tragedy. Ooh, I should never have had that extra helping of chili, Mrs. Kim Gary.
Oh, see.
Oh my God, what WTF are they kids doing now? Diane Squire.
That's a good one. See, that's a good one because it looks like she's at home and she's going, ooh, and she's at a laptop and the kids are behind and she's maybe homeschooling or I don't know what, but I think that one, oh my God, what the hell are the kids doing now? Diane Squire.
Okay.
We're up to the watershed, it's fine.
Okay.
What am I going to do now?
I absolutely love that. So could the winner of the free 10-minute reading with me please get in contact, just inbox me and I can even sort it out for you for Monday as well. Okay, Kris, I need to talk to you. You know this lot on screen here with me?
Yes.
They tell the most awful lies. Awful lies.
We don't.
Especially Rose. You know Rose down the
All the
bottom.
time.
Rose is the word.
But
You know the
innocent Rose, never.
pink haired
They
one.
do,
She
Chris.
bullies me the whole time.
Okay, so who's going to start with their lies and who's going to explain? Amanda, could you explain what's happening now, please? Chris, you don't need to take part. We would just be asking for your opinion, and Amanda's going to explain on what.
This is right up
Well,
his street.
I could if I knew what was happening, because I'm a bit late to the party, literally, in all ways. But I think it is when we decide, we all make up, well, we all tell a truth, obviously, about something in our lives. And then maybe one of us perhaps isn't telling the truth, or maybe a few more of us aren't actually telling the truth, but we are also all telling the truth at the same time. Does that make that clear? So you've just like basically who is lying? Who is lying? But,
I've got to find out who is lying.
Yes, you've got to use all your super spidey sense and tell us who it is. Yeah, exactly. That's how they do it.
And we're not going off live on time tonight.
Okay. And all
can I just remind you?
Tell us as well.
Can I just remind that you lied last week? Okay, Sam, you actually were telling the truth last week. So on that note, I will ask you. Right. Okay. We'll see, girls. Please do comment who you think's lying. Look for body actions, you know, with those ones and the one with the pink hair down there. Okay, go ahead. Go ahead and tell our viewers what is truth about you, please.
Okay, well, the truth is, I mean, mine's a little bit risque, but as you can see, I've got lots of tattoos, and I have one that is around my leg at the top of my thigh. That is basically, it's a very pretty pattern. If anyone's seen like Cheryl Cole's one, it doesn't look like that, but it's very pretty. But it's got an arrow because my ex could not find it if his life depended on it. So he needed a bit of help. See? 100% honest.
Right.
Do your best, ladies.
You know when her voice was going up? That's what women do when their husbands say, "How are you?" and they go, "I'm fine." It's too high.
But the thing is, who would want to go out with somebody who didn't know where it was?
Yeah, I believe that you look at the heart of the person. It's not all about the physical. Obviously, Jack. Yeah. Just saying.
All right,
it's not all about looks.
Can I just say that I'm actually trying to tell my story, and I'm thinking I'll be polite because I'm a big mouth. You know, I talk over people almost as much as Jackie and Sam talk over each other. So if none of you want to tell your truths, I can go next if you like.
Go next.
You don't need to tell the truth, but go ahead. You can tell us your story.
Okay, I'm going to tell you my story. Well, actually, there's where you're wrong, Sam, because it ain't a story. We were talking about tattoos. Yep. Your tattoo does not sound like a tattoo that you'd get. And actually, you know how much I love my kids. So what I decided to do is to have a tattoo. And I didn't get this one until a long time after. But when I had my children, I decided to get a tattoo around the top of my leg. And instead of like a garter tattoo, it's basically a link of daisies and hearts that goes around the top of my leg. And my daughter's called Honeybee. So at the back, there's honeycomb and a nice bee. My daughter's Carmen Valentine, so I've got hearts for her. My son is called Paris. So I have a sword that goes all the way down my leg. And for Lucy, Lulu Bella, I've got her as a fairy jumping out a bag. So I've got this whole leg, which as a Romany gypsy, I can hide when I'm with my family, who don't really agree with tattoos. I mean, I almost died when I got that one. They were like disgusted. Yeah, true.
See, I heard it said Gary, but whatever. That's what Rich told me.
Where's she get all the time to do all that? It's just
what happens to kids? You'll get the tattoo.
See, when you do what I do as a living, you learn you have to lead by example. So I made time.
Which leg is it, darling?
The right leg.
The right leg,
Amanda.
All of you can look up on the photo of Claire where she's got her leg out of that slit in that red dress.
Come on. Right.
And tell us if you can.
Yeah, and they can tell us that she's lying.
I'm not being,
you know,
Okay, no, because I'm not being funny, but we all know that the photograph, right, of me getting out the car, I was 25, I think, when that was taken. So I can't even see the photograph now. But yeah, go on, get on with it then, girls. Come on. Honestly, such a bunch of lies.
So hang on a minute. Can I just say something?
You can ask what you like.
Is it one of you that's lying, but the rest of you are telling the truth?
No, one of us is telling the truth.
Lying and I'm telling the truth.
Yeah, that's a good point. Thank you, Rose. Yeah, everyone else is lying and I'm telling the truth. I'd just like to point out that I did actually tell the truth last week about flashing in a water park, so this is not that far off of it. So
She
just
has to
saying.
bring flashes into the conversation again. Every week there's that
I've got
little.
great boobs. Why not?
I just come in there, Claire, because you've completely stolen the story I told you. I told you in private about my new tattoo, right? And I told you the reasons. And now I've got to tell it with him sat here. My husband stalked me for a number of years. So I had this tattoo done to save any kind of, like, you know, the fatal attraction thing with a bunny head and the gun. I've actually got this garter going right around the top of my leg, and I've got a gun tucked down it, because he keeps calling it, as we're past the watershed, his manhood, his pistol. But at my age and with 5 kids, I don't want that. So I've got a pistol down there so I can whip that out whenever I want it, give myself a little flash in the mirror.
Jesus.
And the bunny head reminds me of what stalker he is.
Was it just for you
sounds
to get some
ridiculous.
sort of injunction against him? Like,
Yeah.
if he's stalking you, just go and get just get a bit of paper.
But I
Make sure it
can't.
doesn't bother you
I've got
anymore.
kids with him, so I can't get an injunction on him.
Yeah,
That's nothing I'm doing that to the ex.
Like, could you comment if you think Chloe's lying or telling the truth? Let's just move on to Rose, who always lies.
Yeah, come on, let's move on, loves.
Yeah.
Move along the bus.
Well, mine is as sweet and short. I have got a very strong mother that said I was never allowed tattoos. So I thought I'd put a tattoo put at the top of my leg so she couldn't see it. And I thought it was pretty. And there you go. Simple little story.
What's the tattoo of, Rose?
And now that would be telling.
Well, I don't know what it is, and I've seen every part of you, love.
Are you ready for my story then?
Yeah,
here's
come on,
Rose.
Amanda. This has got to be either really, really pure or really filthy just because it's you. No.
Can I just say, Amanda, before you talk,
Go on. Yeah.
Chris, what do you reckon of this? Kelly Elizabeth said no way about Chloe having the tattoo because she's too innocent.
Oh, bloody hell, gee.
Ooh,
can tell
I'm a
the story.
Redmond. I'm a Redmond.
I don't know about Chloe. I don't know. I feel like I would not. I feel like, no, I don't know, Chloe. Suspect.
Well, mine is I went out with a guy who thought he was a bit of a tattoo artist, and he promised me that he wanted to marry me. Because people do. They like to marry me as soon as they see me, obviously, been married that many times. And he said what he would do for me just to prove his love was that he would tattoo his finger, his wedding finger. And he did. He did a tattoo of a wedding band just for me. But I never went out with him. So there we go.
Oh,
Okay, I'm completely
I
lost.
did say it would be innocent or filthy, let's be honest.
Okay, so
Come
I've
on,
got a
Jack.
tattoo of just plain simple garter on my leg because I just thought on my wedding night it would be quite sexy for my husband to see, you know, a tattoo of a garter on my leg instead of an actual garter. So that's just my story.
But you can't pull it down. So what's
Plain
sexy
and
about
simple.
that?
That's a really good
What's
idea.
sexy to pull it down?
I'm gonna get married, right? Let me go and have a tattoo that's gonna be all shabby.
yeah.
I didn't have it done the night
your wedding
before.
night.
I had it done a week
so lying.
before. I didn't have it done the night
So
before.
was you drunk? Was you drunk, Jack, when you had this done?
No, I just
There would have to be alcohol involved, wouldn't there? Let's be honest.
thought instead of
Why would you
buying
do
one,
that?
I'll just have one tattooed on there.
But it would be cheaper
Surprised.
to buy one, Jack. Tattoos are not
No,
cheap.
because I thought it would be quite like, you know.
Can I? But Chris, I'm
I didn't
afraid.
have a garter. I said I didn't have a garter.
I'm afraid, Chris, because I'm
I
surrounded
have
by.
no
a bunch
idea
of
what's going on.
liars. If you can see the comments. Sorry, I need a responsible person here. Chris, is it okay with you if you take over and like talk to the followers and you can decide which that you can sort of ask and then you can decide from how they're commenting who people think is telling the truth. So what? Yeah, go on, Chris. All over to you, please. I can't deal with these.
I'm going on my phone and I'm chatting to everyone. Is that what you're saying? To find out. Sorry, I've just had 3 glasses of wine.
I think Chris is telling the truth. Chris is telling the truth. That is what he's doing. I think he's won.
Yeah, I think Ian's telling the truth, 100%.
No, hold on. Derek Mail, what are you drinking? If you notice, Chris didn't give his version of events.
Yeah, I did.
His version of events was that
drinking?
he's had more than one glass of wine, so technically he is telling the truth.
Okay, so listen, don't worry. Harpreet said that Chris needs a
I
drink.
think Amanda Yeah,
Why
I'm.
that's
my best
always
friend.
believe.
My best friend.
No,
is
I'm
Samantha.
telling the
Well, I'll
truth.
have to have words with her after.
No,
I
because
need-
everybody knows I do tell the truth. Look, I
Okay.
wouldn't be able to do what I do without telling you.
Somebody did say, Amanda, did you say, do this and I'll date you?
Oh yes.
Is that what happened?
Yes.
Mm,
Yeah.
mm.
No,
Okay,
I'm
Sammy
not telling the
Amanda
truth.
Redmond believes me. She thinks it's me. She knows it's me.
Yeah, Sammy Norcup, could you please let us know what people think? Let me know. Sammy said here, look, Sammy is, she will be on live soon, but she's also holds Lengro together, don't you, Sammy? Sammy, take over and tell us who we're going to pick is the liar. Look, is telling the truth rather.
Well, everyone thinks Chloe's lying. She's
Harpreet
too
is
sweet and
saying,
innocent.
Harpreet is saying, poor Chris is going to need a drink. I did warn him this earlier. He should have having a glass of wine. Come on, I said you'll need it after,
I
mate.
started before.
Right.
I knew.
I think Chloe's got a lot of facts that she's being called a liar here as well. Okay, guys, we're going to take a couple of minutes, just very, very quickly. Comment now who you think is telling the truth, and then we will decide on that one person, and we will see who's right and wrong. But I am going to have to come to you, Kris, for an answer, sir, when we've picked what the other people think. Everyone says Chloe's a liar. Okay, so
You keep saying who's lying.
I think Jack's telling the truth, maybe.
No.
pick
It's
your
cheaper to
liar.
buy a garter and get it tattooed, Jack.
No, it's not as much fun, is it?
Rose, rein
Well,
it
I know,
in.
I've never been married,
If
so
you
I'll take
get
your word
divorced-
for it.
You get divorced,
Rose.
it's a reminder of marrying that
Yes, I
person,
know.
isn't it?
Ask the people who
Isn't that the
want.
same as if you get your name, if someone's name tattooed on you? Would that not be
Exactly.
exactly the same? Well, you
Jack,
just get
I
laid
think I
off.
already know
take
who
it, yeah,
told.
but
Oh,
I
Jack's
think I
got-
know who told the truth.
Okay, well, Jack, what we do now is lots of people are saying Jack. That's the most of what I've got. Okay, so what happens now, Kris, is so whoever is lying, please get up and get out, you liars. Leave. And whoever's telling the truth, please stay as well. Okay, here we go. What are you waiting for? Lie. She's such a bloody
Even
liar.
my mum's walked out.
Yeah, but the problem is you never know whether Sam's walked out because she was lying or because she's like walking off like Piers
Sam just
Morgan.
fancies Piers Morgan.
Oh my god, this is a delayed walkout. Yes.
Hmm.
Claire, off you go, darling. Go on, Claire.
Yeah.
Go. Yep. You can go now.
Oh yeah.
Never.
Seriously, you can
Never.
go.
Never.
Oh no.
It was me. It was me. It was true indeed. And Vicky
I'm not
Lovelace
sure
says,
if Amanda's just ducked down to have some wine. I think she might just found over his
or to look for a garter.
I absolutely love that. So it was me, Leslie Anthony. You know that I would tell the truth. Indeed, I had a thing down when I became single after a relationship. You want to do something crazy. So rather than sleep my way around the world, I got a tattoo instead for my children. And actually, the pain of the tattoo needle was real therapy for me letting go of emotions and anger. So the only problem is that Lucy is jumping out of a bag that's like a drawstring bag. And unfortunately, I didn't discover till afterwards that in the summer, when I wear shorts, it doesn't look like a bag that's hanging down from my shorts. So I've had to have a few adjustments. Okay.
Therapy for that.
Oh, Kelly Elizabeth got it right as well. And there we go. This is so funny, isn't it?
But
It really
it's
is.
actually, Kelly is doing the happy dance today, as it is an International Day of Happiness.
I love that. Let
Yay.
me just attempt if I can share a screen.
You can still be seen for your jumper. Sorry, Dad's walked in the room. He's had a few stouts.
How's
Girls?
Chelsea doing?
Yes.
I'm gonna have to go. I'm a few minutes over some time. I've got to take a late night session. Can I leave?
No, of course you can. Guys, please do comment.
Forever.
You're stuck here forever, Chris.
Only if you put your hand up and say, I go.
Oh, Chris, of course you can go. I'll take your. Please do message Chris. You know now where to find him and give him some love and support. Isn't he amazing, guys? Chris, thanks for joining us so much.
And speaking of happy, if you want to read more about the mental health location we're opening up, it's happyhere.me.
Ah, great.
Absolutely
All right.
perfect.
See you soon, hopefully.
Bye-bye.
Enjoy the song.
Bye, Chris.
Bye. Okay, bye. Oh, how lovely is that? And how lovely is Kris as well? I'm just trying to take this brand down. You guys have to cover while I take this
Yeah,
band.
also, if you want to read Chris's interview with Cherie, it's in this week's Lengro magazine. So check that out. It's a really good interview.
Amazing guy, really. What he's setting up is incredible, and is something that for the elders, if you like, was something similar to the Heart of Care centres. So that breaching between the gaps, where it's vital. We absolutely need that. So imagine on every high street, everywhere, that there was a comfort place that people could go and to really feel nurtured and listened to.
Yeah,
I think it's a beautiful idea. I think 100%. Yeah, it is something that everyone needs just as an outlet. Let alone when you've got issues or not, just 100%, just going in somewhere where everyone has the same sort of ideas and finds it therapeutic to be creative. Yeah,
exactly.
Brilliant.
That's the power of the medicine of creativity and expressing oneself. I love it. So yes,
and Harpreet, are you trying to say that he needs therapy after coming on the live with us lot? Because he's fine.
It's true. It really is true, isn't it, guys?
It's also, as well as Chris's mental health, I think what he's opening up is just a true reflection of the kind of person that he is. He's got such a big heart, and I think it just really shows a reflection of him in what he's doing as well. So
it really does. Now, I'm just going to see if I can play us out with this, and if I can't, we'll stay on screen, guys, until, or actually, we'll try and play the song as we can now, because I know that you want to hear it. So let's see if I can get it up. Hold on 1 second. And maybe you'll just have to listen to it with us on screen as well.
I was going to say, why are you just doing that,
Chris
Claire?
just says he's off to therapy.
Yeah, he is off to therapy. Chloe, the message that you gave last about the military member, or the military member that's passed, the relative really needs to open up that envelope, because some of the military medals are dated. So she needs to get hold of them to make sure she's not going to miss out on collecting any medals.
Okay, who is that for?
It was the very last reading that you gave.
Oh,
that would have been Jackie Jones, I think that was for, wasn't it?
I can't remember who it was, but I just remember at the time thinking I must say it, because otherwise, you know, we don't want her to miss out on it.
No.
Guys,
let's see if this works. This is Kris Searle and Out of My Head.
Not again.
I'm singing it in my head right now.
I woke up in the middle of the night. I had the strangest feeling, and it didn't feel right. I've got your blood on my shirt and dirt in my hands. I don't know why I left you there, I just got scared. Should I go back, will you still be there? Or have you been found? The memory of our voices loud, I couldn't stand the sound. Out of my head and out of my depth. These mental effects have darkened my head. Clear now, what I did was wrong. The anger deep inside me told me to go on. Rage filled my traumatized head. I realized afterwards it should be me laying there. Should I go back, will you still be there? Or have you been found? The viciousness in your stares, all the secret shrouds. Out of my head and out of my depth. These mental effects have darkened my head.
Oh, well, what happened there? We still can't get the whole video to play. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get in a hot bath, because I can't see you guys, and put it up for you all to listen to again. I can't see anyone, but can you hear me?
Yes,
Yes,
you.
100%. We can hear
see
you
you.
and
Okay.
see you.
Oh, that's good. I won't do the resting bitch face then. My comments section has frozen, so we may have to have a rather odd ending
Oh,
here.
what a
because I
lovely
can't-
scammer that's just popped up.
Oh, Sammy, would you please get rid of that scammer for me? Oh, look, there we are. Hold on a second. I really don't know what happened there. Let's have a little look. Oh, hey, go. I can block that person now. Let's have a little look. Okay, I think Sammy's going to block them for me, actually, if that's okay. Indeed, guys. Is that Kim? Hello, gorgeous boy. You're just here, Kim, in time to say a good night to everybody. Have you had fun tonight, ladies?
Oh, yes,
Yay.
great.
It's
Really
been
great.
really, really good, hasn't it? Guys, don't forget to set your phone to notifications to receive notice when all of our pages are live. I don't know about you, but I've had a ball tonight. And Amanda, looks like you're going to continue the party as well, isn't it, tonight?
I have got my disco balls on. There we go.
Oh,
and I'm ready.
and
So I think, whoever's going to party with me, come on down.
I love that. Before we play the outro, Kim, could you just say goodnight, please, to Holly Johnson, who says, what a cute young man you are.
Say good night.
Good night.
And Harpreet says,
Way to
what a
embarrass him, Claire.
Oh, so listen, I will play us out and we will be back soon. And thank you so much. Let me find my little banner to play us out with. Let's have a little look.
Ladies.
Let's have a little look. You can
Hi.
keep commenting, guys, and we will try and come back and comment later. Chloe, thank you for looking after me for the last 3 hours.
Yeah, no
Love you all, and we'll see you all soon.
too.
Say goodbye, guys.
And don't forget,
Music.